Yes. Hail to the victors. Hell yeah, man. Ooh, oh. Savage AF. It's 313. It's 313 on the West Coast Pacific Standard Time. What up, though? That's Detroit. 313. Go blue, baby. Unbeknownst to me, this looks like it's going to be a Dro solo edition. Come on in. The water's fine. I'm your boy, Black Pedro. This is Savage AF. Forget your feelings. Facts matter. I'll be cursing in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. In the meantime, in between time, know that Savage AF is here for you in the 2020 Quattro, right? Monday through Friday, typically. 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, typically. Sometimes stuff happens, but when we are on YouTube, Facebook, and now the Gram Bam, thank you, ma'am. We are on Instagram Live, on LinkedIn, one simultaneous live. So if you ever miss us live, that's obviously your fault. You must have gone to Alabama. Oh, y'all should have seen me at the Rose Bowl yesterday. We're going to talk about it. Man. That being said, don't worry. Even if you are an Alabama graduate, which sounds like an oxymoron, but our YouTube channel is here for you. All our shows are archived there. It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. You see it? YouTube.com/C/SavageAFWorld. All one word. Okay. Now, when you get to the page, ding, ding, get subscribed, get notified, and stay applied. Oh, we're also on Facebook, Savage A.F. on Facebook. I know some of y'all been kicked off of YouTube. Rough year last year. Got you. We gonna bounce back. And then, of course, you could catch on the gram, man. The Gram Bam, thank you, Mike. At Black Pedro. It's in the corner of my screen, but for those who are maybe farsighted, Black Pedro, at comedian Shang on Instagram, SHANG. And I don't know where Shang is, man. I hope he's okay. I thought he'd be on today, but Happy New Year. Happy New Year to him and everybody else out there. Speaking of everybody else out there, what we got going on in here? Up in here. On YouTube's, I'm looking at Miss Unpredictable Bronda, but you show up every time, girl. it's kind of predictable. We appreciate it though. LG, I see you. Sir Miguel, hola. Oh man! All right, our leadoff topic today is hits home from Sir Miguel, so we'll get into it. Nicole H finally off them streets, back at it. I see you, girl. Lady Hazel May, that's what I'm talking about. Thank y'all for being here. Let me jump over to the gram right quick. Oh, Keisha, I see you, girl. LSW, I see you. The Black Love Goddess, the only Taylor. Mimi. Okay, well, we only need one Taylor. We filled our quota. If you're a Taylor, sorry, got one. JC 13 Sky 0109. Thank y'all for being here, man. And listen, if you know the Instagram we found out the Instagram cuts off after an hour. So that's why it's important to follow us on the YouTube and Facebook so you can jump in because we can stay on there as long as we want to. But we are giving you that access through the Gram Bam. Thank you, ma'am. Also, don't forget the twin cousin app to Instagram, Threads. Y'all, Threads. At Black Pedro, at comedian Shang. Let's get into it, y'all. This is a Dro Solo edition. Savage AF. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. Told you I'd be cursing soon. So you know me, when I do these by myself, man, I try and keep it short and sweet. It feels like some kind of video diary or whatever when I'm on here. So yeah. I ain't gonna hold y'all out too long, man. But oops, I gotta do a little bit of administrative work in the meantime, in between time. Here's what we're gonna do, man. We are going to end today's show with the Black Pedro popping because Shang's not here. So I can't really do what he do. That's him. But your Black Pedro popping today, and if you don't know, now you know. We smelling like roses, baby. Like roses. I'm gonna talk to you about my day yesterday. Probably the best of my life. Best I ever had. But before we get into that Black Pedro popping today, at my alma mater, we say things like Harvard sucks, Yale swallows. And the first Black president of Harvard University, Claudine Gay, has resigned. Let's talk about the who, when, and why. But before we get into that, man, gonna start off 2024. Savage AF, fuck your feelings, facts matter. I guess literally fuck your feelings on this, man, because 2024 starting off rough. Saw the video today. And Twana, I see you as well in here. Thank you. Caught a video today. Some police cam footage. Let's say her name. And I hope I'm saying it right. Niani Finlayson. I hope I'm saying it right. Sorry if I am not. But we'll go ahead and I'm going to give you this video and we'll let it say what it say, and then we'll say what we say afterwards.
They're yelling.
They're in the back room if they're not answering. Yep. Hold on.
Hey, come out.
Yeah, I'm gonna stab him because he
Hey!
is my
Go. Give me your taser. Come on, kid.
No, don't.
Drop it!
Why did you shoot?
Drop it!
They're yelling. Can you see anything over there, Chelsea?
They're in the back room if they're not answering.
Let's put it.
Yep. Hold on.
Hey, come out.
Yeah, I'm gonna stab him because he is my He punched me.
Yeah. So that was the execution of Niani Finlayson. Sorry. She was shot by Deputy Ty Shelton, who apparently back in 2020 shot and killed a man named Michael Thomas. All right, man. All right. So I'm not sure if anybody in that house called 911, or if it was Oh no, I believe that she actually called 911. I believe that Miss Finlayson believed that her boyfriend had abused her daughter. LG, she did call. Okay, thank you for that confirmation there. And just to go back to an earlier reference, there was a Sir Miguel in here. Says Niani is family. Her family is good people. Yeah. So sorry for your loss, man. And it's, it's a loss to all of us. I think anytime we see Black people get gunned down by the police like this, it's hard to take. But me, with these, I do like to take in all of the information and everything that you see on the video and whatever, to be as honest about the situation as possible. So what I saw was the officers approach, and they could hear the screaming, and the female deputy said, at some point had determined that she should foot it, which is try and kick in the door. It sounded like, and I wasn't clear on what their justification was, but they seemed to believe that they could kick in the door. Yeah. So then that prompted Niani, and it looked like her and her daughter both came to the door together. The police were yelling, "Drop it," pretty immediately. When she opened the door, she did say, "Yeah, I'm about to stab him. He pushed my daughter," or something like that. So she's behaving, she's a lioness at this point, right? Protecting her daughter. I will advise all Black people, like, especially if you call the cops, don't have a weapon in your hand. It don't mean she wouldn't have gotten shot anyways, but do not have a weapon in your hand. And you probably shouldn't say to the police that I'm about to stab somebody. I mean, I get the emotions. I can absolutely empathize with that. But I'm just saying, as a course of action moving forward, it's probably not the best thing to do. That doesn't mean she deserved to die like this at all. That's not what I'm saying. But again, as a best course of action, don't answer the door with the police and say I'm about to stab somebody. Now, Twana asked, why shoot instead of tase? Now, this is where I am absolutely critical of these deputies, right? Or this one in particular, because he as the woman, the female deputy is leading the entrance, leading their entry into the place. He asks for her taser, which is like, why don't you have your own taser? Get your own taser. But he asks for her taser, and then it looks like immediately discards it and pulls out his service weapon. And we saw the video twice, and it was two different camera angles. But I mean, that man came around that corner and let that go quickly, right? And then when she's on the ground, he's like, drop it, drop it. That seems pretty backwards. Like, shoot first, drop it later. You've already dropped her, bro. Like, what are you talking about? And yeah, this takes us to a whole other point. AJ Fit, what up with you, bro? Happy New Year to all y'all. Exactly why I say I'll never call the pigs. I'll handle it myself. But whomever can fuck around and find out. Nicole is in agreement. Black folks should never call the cops, which is an extremely sad construct, right? LAPD run around with protect and serve all over this shit, and we feel neither protected nor served by them. And it's sad because real danger can happen in our neighborhoods, to us, around us, and real Black people actually do need help from the police sometimes. But as we see here, and in so many other cases, and I'm in agreement with you guys, like, bro, it'd have to be a whole lot of shit going down in my house for me to call the cops to come to my house, man. Bro, I'm talking about aliens, nigga. Like, I mean, like green monsters and shit got to be. I'll be like, yes, get here. No, get here, nigga. They floating. Like, yeah, I'm kind of with AJ on that. And I think if you don't know me by now, you should know that this is a fuck around and find out house too. So I'm with you on that, AJ. Probably gonna handle the shit myself. And again, be aware of the laws in your area, state, city, whatever, because not every place just lets you defend your house. California is a little funky about that. But this is a situation where it's obviously domestic, and this is where we realize that like our police officers not only need to not be racist piece of shits, but also need training in like some kind of sensitivity shit or more training in de-escalation, because this motherfucker went from 0 to 1,000 real quick, right? Like he came around that corner, pop, 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 drop it. And I hate when cops do that, yelling out instructions after they've shot somebody. It's like, bro, they're shot. You saw the way they fell. Like, what's wrong with you, bro? Like, why are you giving instructions to a fucking somebody you just killed? So that's a tough one, man. This is a tough one to watch, especially given the fact that she did call. Okay. Lady Hazel May, you live some kind of special, blessed life. She said, after a weed festival in Portland, Oregon, the hell you doing at a weed festival in Portland, Oregon? Lady Hazel, what the hell is wrong with you? At a weed festival in Portland, Oregon, I couldn't find my car, and the police drove me around to find it. Nigga, you lucky to be alive. Do you realize that, woman? You should take that luck to Vegas. Mother, you should have been our next story. Because you know what it'd be. She was high as hell. She broke into our car, made us drive her around. Yeah, we had to. We had to do it. But no, I'm glad you made it out of that situation. Okay, Lady Hazel May. Because, in all honesty, so many of us do it. Please tell me you didn't approach them on some Dave Chappelle shit like, excuse me, officer, I'm a little high, looking for my car. Been hanging out with white people too long if that's what you do. Lady Hazel May. And that name is too damn black to be doing white shit like that. Hazel. I feel like she do this with her robe every night. Like, baby, close that window. I'm feeling a draft. Oh, Nicole H said, training won't help. They need to take pensions if they are doing bullshit. They need to take jobs. I mean, according to the info I've seen so far, like we said, this, I think his deputy's name is Ty Shelton, has already killed one person, Michael Thomas. And, listen, cops have to apply deadly force sometimes. Like, I'm not saying, why did they kill anybody? Like, sometimes the cops have to bust their weapons off, for sure. I ain't stupid. But when we see the number of unarmed or mentally ill or unhealthy people, and just black people in general who are killed by the cops, it does look like you're kind of overachieving. Not really what the badge was for, bro. So that being said, I haven't heard anything about, time off, paid time off or leave or whatever is going on with this officer, this deputy. But we do know that that you can see in here, like this doesn't make sense in terms, like there was no attempt to de-escalate this, right? And while I'll also admit that it did look like the victim, Niani, was ready to attack her boyfriend. I couldn't. It seemed like it was. She said, "I'm about to stab this dude." So it's hard to see what's in her hand, but you would assume it's a stabbing utensil. I wish Uncle Stabby was here to clarify that for us, but it seemed like, you know, she was ready to get violent, and I'm sure all you mothers out there will empathize with that completely, and all parents, right? And especially protecting your daughter from a grown ass man. And even the daughter, as they opened the door and the cops entered, the daughter was yelling, "He pushed me! He pushed me!" So, you know, there are all these indications that an incident occurred for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. So, you know, you understand that there is something for the cop to read there, right? And there is a situation that needs to be de-escalated. It's just like you guys need to bring this down. He just comes in and shoots this one in front of her daughter. Like that, like there's just no compassion or humanity in this officer's actions, right? Deputy Ty Shelton, like this, I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna run it or half of it one more time. And then, because I want to be sure, like, if he actually said anything before he shot her. Like, I think I heard her drop it when they were in the walkway. But let's just see. Sorry, stick with me.
They're yelling. Can you see anything over there, Chelsea?
They're in the back room if they're not answering. Yep. Hold on.
Hey, come out.
Yeah, I'm gonna stab him because he
Hey!
pushed my baby.
Go. Give me a taser. Come on,
He
Chief.
pushed me.
No, don't.
Drop it!
Why did you shoot?
Drop it!
What'd you guys hear? I didn't hear him instruct her to do a goddamn thing before he shot her. He said, "Hey," in the walkway. He said, "Give me your taser," to the other deputy. And then as he rounded that corner, he switched the taser out of his hand, got the service weapon, and yocked her. If y'all saw something else, please chime in. But what I just saw was a deputy not give any instructions to this woman before he shot her. So I ain't on the board or the commission or whatever, but fire this motherfucker, please, man. Savage AF, fuck your feelings. Facts matter. Black people were dying too often at the hands of those who should be protecting and serving. But before we move on, I do want to say her name, Niani Finlayson. Rest in peace, Queen. We're gonna keep your name out there and fight for justice as a community. Keep talking about it. Put it out there. So that deputy should be fired, in my humble opinion. And speaking of getting fired, or it's kind of a forced resignation, maybe, necessary resignation. Speaking of that, this next story might make you say,
"Motherfucker, say what? Yeah. Motherfucker, say what? Say yeah.
Despite my paraphernalia that I'm donning on my head, I'll have you know I did not attend the University of Michigan. It's my alma mater. When anybody says Harvard, we say sucks. And when anybody says Yale, we say swallows. It's a fellatio joke. Harvard sucks, Yale swallows. Claudine Gay. Sorry, that wasn't an indictment. That's her name. I wasn't trying to out anybody. Her name is Claudine Gay. I'm going to pull up her picture here. Some images for y'all. But she was the first, I believe, not just black woman, but black person, I think, to be Harvard, but definitely first black woman to be the president of Harvard University. And she's like 6 months in, and has already basically been forced to resign. And it's all Elise Stefanik's fault, to be honest. Yeah. A little while back, I don't know if you guys heard, I hadn't touched this story yet, but towards the end of the year, and in the wake of the Israel-Hamas conflict, a lot of the top elite university presidents came under fire, were brought to Congress to answer in front of a congressional committee about the rise of anti-Semitism on their respective campuses. Another Ivy League president, who's also a woman, a white woman, she resigned the day after the hearings, and that was the University of Pennsylvania, Penn. All because, seemingly none of these presidents were able to directly answer questions about denouncing hate speech on their campuses, specifically hate speech towards Jews, anti-Semitic comments towards Jews. And there were, the answers that were given were not liked, not just by Elise Stefanik and other members of the committee, but by the greater community in general. So in the light of all of this, Claudine Gay has been, on the hot seat because of that, and finally did resign as of right now. Also, there are allegations that she's plagiarized some of her works in the past, and this is where all of this becomes a problem for me, because you have the first Black woman to ever be president of the oldest university in America. And no matter how much Harvard sucks, you just can't take that away. It's America's very, very first university. Like 1646. It's like 100 years older than America, right? My school's older than America too, but like not that, it's about 30 years older than America. So yeah. 6 months into your first Black woman president, all of a sudden she's basically racist and a cheater, liar. Now here's what fucks me up. Before she became president, and after she's president, she's still a professor at Harvard University and will be going back to her professorship role. So how the fuck, not only as a professor at Harvard, but to become president, I feel, Nicole H., you stupid. She said, did she use ChatGPT? I hate you, man. As much as I'd like to blame AI, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Kevin Keith said, fuck that. Hate speech could be as simple as don't give them money for bombs. Give me money for my student loans. True. That hypothetically that could be true, but specifically, I think a lot of these presidents ran into problems over the word intifada, which in Arabic I believe means uprising, but specifically within the context of Israel-Hamas conflicts, it's seen as an anti-Semitic call towards violence against all Jews. I'm from the east side of Detroit, bro. I live in LA. I ain't there in your hood. I don't know what these words mean specifically to y'all. You know, one side says it means this, the other side says it means that. You know, I think that we're in a space where there's a lot of hate speech going in both directions, and you know, I don't think everybody out there is reading it the same way, which is to say that what sounds like defense to them, or what this side believes is defense, you believe is hate, and vice versa, right? And that's just a hard thing to get around. But specifically, a lot of the speech was about, you know, use of words like intifada and just kind of sentiments like that, which both sides take, you know, sort of seriously and sentimentally. But sorry, just back to my main point here. Claudine Gay, first Black president of Harvard University, seems like should have been a highly vetted candidate, especially being a Negro. they tend to put us through the strainer a little bit more, right? But it seems like if she had plagiarized, quote unquote, or been anti-Semitic in any other setting or way, that would have come out, right? You would have seen the tweet like, "What's up with these Jews?" or whatever, right? And then you'd have been like, "Oh, she can't be president," right? But she didn't. There was none of that. It was just like her answers weren't liked. They, you know, especially Stefanik, she wanted to box them into yes or no answers, and you know, in academia, all you do is talk and run your mouth. Like, you don't say at the college level, you don't answer anything like yes, no, unless it's like, would you like some more macaroni and cheese, right? Like that, you know, there's no. So yeah, these are going to be verbose men and women who speak around the topic in, you know, as sort of a considerate way as possible, because they are dealing in a setting, it's in college where there's everybody's there, dog, like Black, white, Jewish, Arab, Latino, all that shit, right? So I could see how it might be hard for them, you know, for any given university president, especially in this day and age, to just be like, no one can say anything bad about these people. You know what I mean? Like, that's not like really the space that they work in, right? It's like, it's really about inclusion for them, or it should be. But, you know, we know how to, sometimes if you don't say the right shit, that shit don't go right. Thank you, LG, for agreeing with me. I needed that. Nicole H said, right, they definitely knew what was going on before they hired her. I mean, right, like this. I mean, like I said, this is America's university. It's the oldest university. Harvard. Oh, sure, as if he went to Harvard. He was wearing my Harvard tie. Sorry, I still got some trading places in me. Holiday residuals. And then when I don't know, when Black people try to get painted as like anti-Semitic or full of hate for another group, it's like, bro, do you know what we've been through? Most of us, especially once you get highly educated, aren't living in that space of like, forget all these people and forget all these, like, that is, I think that's a hard thing for, you know, most real ass Black people to do. Is to be hateful of another group based on race or religion or some other thing. Unless it's sports. Fuck Alabama. Ha! But yeah, man, that's what it is. We're in this space now, and you guys know me. I'm not the one that's like, you should be able to say whatever you want, and blah blah blah. And I understand that violent speech can lead to actual violence. So yeah, it's case by case. You got to check a lot of shit. I'm not saying let the kids say whatever they want to. The kids are stupid. That's why they in school. They trying to learn still. But this is basically a forced firing as I see it. Right? She's resigning, but the pressure's on. The heat is on. And let me tell you, it's not just like the Republicans or whatever. Like a lot of different factions were against these university presidents for not answering this question correctly. So it was coming from all sides. I just really don't like the optics of your first Black president only makes it 6 months over this shit, right? Where it's like these presidents have a role to consider all of their every single student. So you ain't heard shit about my university president. He an old white dude. He must know the right thing to say. Harvard sucks. Yale swallows, guys. Princeton be busted nuts. That's right. I did that. Savage AF, man. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. Today was a little heavy. Got the show started off with some weight, some gravity. To get to make sure we stay grounded. Still America. By the way, this is the last year. 04, that's it. And I'm looking forward, guys, to and ladies, I'm looking forward to an amazing year personally. I really, really am. Okay. Very soon in this first quarter, I will be releasing Black Pedro is Engaged, my comedy special. Right. Next month, I'm going back to New Jersey to celebrate the 50th anniversary of my chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi, Helter Skelter, Eta Delta. Yo, what up? What up? Can't wait to do that. In May, I'm going back to my alma mater, 3 Cheers for Old Nassau, where my class will be hosting reunions. It's our 25th. This is the big one at Princeton. This is the reunion. 25 years ago, I graduated from college. Going back. Be drunk as fuck, bro. But all that being said, nothing. I don't think anything this year. It's gonna be, bro, it's gonna be hard for any day this year to beat yesterday. I'll see you in a minute.
Hey, it's your boy Black Pedro, popping in, hey, with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'.
Hey, it's your boy Black Pedro with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'. As I told you last week, and I don't lie unless I don't know the truth, then I'll just say whatever. But I told you I was going to the Rose Bowl to see. Okay, I'm going to try and convey this to y'all. How important Michigan football is to me. I love 3 things on this planet unconditionally, right? Michigan football, my mother, and my sister. In that order. Do you understand me? My mother can do wrong. My sister can do wrong. Michigan football cannot do wrong. When my mother was an undergraduate at the University of Michigan one night, I don't know if she was high, the edibles kicked in, but traveling between Detroit and Ann Arbor, and again, this is the 1960s, she was on some back road, drove her little Volkswagen into a ditch. This is a woman of color, a brown woman, slight, very slight. My mother weighed $105, soaking wet back then. Middle of the night, backwoods of Michigan. It's not Alabama, but it ain't the safest place to be for a slight brown woman of color. Off in the distance in the night, she sees headlights. As they approach, it is a bus. And on that bus is the University of Michigan football team. Seeing this young, brown, slight woman of color with her car in a ditch, that bus stops. The University of Michigan team gets off of that bus and they pick her car up. They picked up her Volkswagen and put it back on the road. Somebody probably should have gave her a breathalyzer. I don't know how it got in the ditch, but they potentially saved my mother's life that night. And without the University of Michigan football team, I might not be here. Go Blue! That being said, yesterday I went with one of the homies from high school who played in Michigan. Shout out Clarence Williams, legend. The boy was fast. When I talk about fast, I'm talking about watch out now. Okay, scored 3 touchdowns against Ohio State, 1995. Shut your mouth. Okay, hit me up. Brother, let's go to the game. Went to the game. We were in row 9 at the 30-yard line on the Michigan end of the field. Bitch, what? Bitch, what? A stealth bomber flew over my head. More importantly, we were in a mixed section. It was a good mix. We weren't totally in the Alabama section, not totally in the Michigan section. It was like a mix, right? Some Bammans and some Americans. And when I tell you I gave them people all the shit that I could, they were spelling some shit, maybe Roll Tide or whatever. First of all, every time they said Roll Tide, I was like, we roll joints in California. Smoke yours. They were spelling out some shit as a crowd. I was like, oh shit, people in Alabama can spell? Ha! Loud, bro. I was loud. One of the times that Alabama scored, I yelled at the people in my section, you're all Confederates. I said that to white people. It felt good. Yeah. Because I'm right. That's not racist or judgmental. It's just a fact. Alabama, Florida, South Carolina, Texas, all y'all. Tennessee, Kentucky, Georgia. Y'all all got the same motherfucking history. Virginia, all y'all tried to secede. Didn't want to be part of the United States of America, wanted to be the Confederate States of America. Okay, well, fuck you then. You don't even deserve no college championship. You don't want to be a part of this shit. I didn't say all that. That was in my heart, but I did just call them Confederates a lot. A lot. Yeah. That was one of the most thrilling matches I've ever seen in my life. Yesterday, I was at the Rose Bowl live and saw number 1 Michigan Wolverines defeat, right? Just took their feet right away, like you unfooted now. We defeated the University of Alabama, ranked number 4. This is the college football semifinals. This is the 3rd time that Michigan's been to the college football playoff. The first time they've actually won a game. They go into the national championship, but bro, when I tell you how they did it, I mean, watch what I'm talking about. Okay, they had the lead at halftime, like 13-10. Nobody scored in the 3rd quarter, which was the trend with Michigan. Like, I think only one team scored on them in the 3rd quarter. I could be wrong about that, but they went most of the season without being scored on in the 3rd quarter. And coming into this game, Michigan had never ever trailed in the second half. And we look up all of a sudden in the second half, we're in the 4th quarter, and now Michigan is down by 7 because, Alabama scored 10 more points. It was 13-10 at halftime, Michigan. 4th quarter, it's 20-13. And Michigan has 13 points because they fucked up an extra point. So it should have been 20-14, but it wasn't. And we needed a touchdown to tie. And when I tell you we got that bitch, When I say shut your motherfucking mouth, and we did that shit and drove downfield and tied that motherfucking game, and then in overtime gave the ball to motherfucking Blake Corum twice, and then that motherfucker scored that bitch because he a dog, and then our motherfucking dog-ass defense, goal line stand, bitch, yeah, 3-yard line, you think you about to get these? Back up. Yeah, roll your Tide, and I was also like, you mean Roll Tide Pods? Because that's what it sounds like y'all high ass is on. Fuck Alabama. Not the people, not all the people in it, but definitely the football team and Nick Saban. Fuck all y'all. And Affleck. Just for having Nick Saban as your dude. Fuck that dude. Carolina boss. I'm sorry, man. I know you're a Carolina boss, but all them Carolinas, them niggas didn't want to be part of none of this shit. I'm like, why do we even let them play for championships? The Confederates lost. Bro, on the way out the stadium, I was yelling, the North will rise again. You should have seen these crackers' faces, man. God damn. This young white girl, she was fine as hell, too. She was like, go fuck yourself. I was like, I might just do that tonight. I'm going to rub one out, girl, and I'm going to think of you with your flat ass. Ha! Yeah! Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing, bro. But I do, the highlight of my night was being able to call all those white people Confederates to their face. It felt good. That was an amazing experience. I'm not sure this year. I challenge you 2024. Give it a shot. Give it a shot, dog. Try and beat 1-1-24, day one. Try and beat it. Day two hasn't been. It's been a good day. Had a great day. Went to the gym. Spot the fuck out. I feel great. I don't know if I'm glowing, but I feel like I am. But it ain't yesterday. It ain't yesterday. It ain't what we did yesterday. By the way, shout out University of Washington, Huskies. Welcome to the Big Ten. But we are in Houston at NRG Stadium next Monday, 6 days from now. We will be playing the University of Washington Huskies, who I have mad respect for. That boy Penix Jr., Michael Penix, that quarterback is real. Their offense is real. Their defense, I haven't seen all of it, but it looked good enough. Yeah, it's going to be a rough one, bro. All respect to them Huskies, man. With only two undefeated teams left in the nation, ranked number 1 and number 2. It all makes sense. It added up, no matter who they had at 4 or whatever. Florida State, you obviously would have gotten your ass waxed by Michigan. Fuck out of here. So you were out. Sorry. Carolina boss says Alabama always cheat anyways. Nick just gets great recruiting. And that's part of the great lore of this Michigan season, is that we were mired in all of these accusations about cheating. And yeah, they broke the rules. Is it cheating? I don't know. Sometimes shit is against the rules, but it ain't wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, don't smoke weed in public. Guess where I do it? Don't drink and drive, but bars have parking lots. I'm just saying. Nicole Sadler, where you been, girl? You was in jail again? Mama, welcome back, girl. It's your violent ass. We love you. But as of yesterday and for the rest of this year, we smelling like roses, baby. We won the Rose Bowl. Growing up, for me, was the pinnacle of Michigan success. Right? Traditionally, it's called the granddaddy of them all. It's the first bowl game ever, and it was originally crafted as a sort of championship between the Big Ten and the Pac-12. So whoever won the Big Ten and whoever won the Pac-12 back in the day would always play each other in the Rose Bowl. Michigan getting to a Rose Bowl means we fucked Ohio State that year. That's basically fuck Ohio State, right? Fuck Ohio. So from my first live Michigan football experience to be at the Rose Bowl, You know, there's a part of my heart that's like, man, I wish I had seen them at the big house first. But to see them at the Rose Bowl beating Confederates, you know what I'm saying? This was for the soul of America. We're blue. Their shit is red, bro. They're called the Crimson Tide. Like, they're red, bro. This was for America, and Michigan won. You're welcome. You see that amazing blue in the background. You see it? Not in my background, but like the background of the screen where it says Shang and Pedro, Savage AF. You see that? You see that? It's all subliminal. Go blue, baby. Go blue. Shout out to one of my homies, co-workers for show workers, Jeff Snodgrass. We will be talking shit all week, respectfully. He's a decent man, but he's a Washingtonian. I didn't say that right. He's from Washington. And so yeah, we're gonna talk a lot of shit this week. Savage AF, man, fuck your feelings, facts matter. That's your Black Pedro popping for today. That's your show for today. Oh, you know what? I apologize to the gram. I don't even think I checked in properly over here. Roxanne, I see you. C. Beverly, I see you. Okay, it's Clyde Beverly. Of course, one of the homies from back in the day just gonna say Pistons still stink. First of all, they snapped the winning streak on the same night that the Lions got robbed. So apparently there's some kind of karmic connection between the Lions and the Pistons. Like the Lions can't do well and the Pistons do well at the same time. Like I've never seen that in my life. And why, I don't know, but it happened. Miss Adverb is on Instagram. I see you. Sexy Puerto Rican. Jay Little as fuck. I see you, bro. Oh yeah. See Beverly, I'm sorry. That's my boy Clyde Beverly from B Ham. Well, nigga, march to Selma now. Yeah, march to Selma, my dude. Yeah, I be forgetting sometimes to talk shit to the right people. All y'all Confederates, and it was black Confederates too. They didn't have much choice, but they was black. Breenis, I see you as well. Sorry, I didn't check in much on Instagram on this episode. I'm by myself. And that's that, you know, so my bad. But thank you guys for joining us today. Go blue, of course. Fuck the San Francisco Giants. By the way, I'm just gonna throw that in there just because Miss Adverb's here. Fuck all your teams. They not Michigan. That's just it. They're not Michigan football. That team saved my mother's life. I wouldn't be here. Go blue. By the way, my mother has not owned a Volkswagen since. I'm not saying it's their fault, but she usually she usually drives pretty well. So, but all the pictures I've ever seen of her in college, she kind of looked high in the motherfucker. So ain't no telling what was going on. All right, man. Savage AF. Fuck your feelings, facts matter. I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully Shang will too. I'm gonna hit him up and be like, bro, you good? Because he ain't responded to shit today. Let's check on him. But that being said, man, always got them 3 words of it's not 3 words. Fuck. It's like 3 sentences of advice. God, I gotta work on that. My words of wisdom. This is somebody already wrote it. Just steal it, Pedro. My words of wisdom is always, they're not going to change, even though it's a new year. Same old gear. Miss Aver, Pistons suck. Tigers suck. Michigan suck. Yo, grammar suck. You need S's on them. Some of them. Michigan suck. Yeah, well, the Yay area swallow. Yeah, that's a fellatio joke. Stay black if you are black. Do not be black if you are not black. The cops will shoot you. Keep your finger out your nose.